We're born ready. Here we are. Thank you for joining us again today. It's another gorgeous day. Just look at this view. We've got Miami behind us. People often talk about how beautiful Miami is, but until you get out in the water and you see her from far away, you can't really appreciate her skyline. And with the foreground of the water, it just accentuates the beauty of our city. And of course, we are floating in the middle of Biscayne Bay on board the Impossible Dream catamaran, a gorgeous boat built with a barrier-free design so that our friends and family on wheels can come on board. And what happens every time she comes into port and people see that people in wheelchairs are on board, it really changes everyone's minds about accessibility, changes perceptions about people's abilities, and just being on the water is so therapeutic and uplifting, and everyone's mood is changed and uplifted when you get on board, even just seeing her from afar and seeing and knowing what she's capable of. And my name is Natalie. I'm from Dharma Yoga Studio in Coconut Grove. This wheelchair yoga class is brought to you by the Woody Foundation, another amazing local nonprofit specifically created to help people who have had brain and spinal cord injuries and people who are facing paralysis of any kind. So Dharma Studio, the Impossible Dream, and the Woody Foundation are just three of a group of local organizations that are really all about inclusivity, about accessibility, about barrier-free design, and about adaptive sports and an adaptive lifestyle. So here we are to guide you through some, gentle exercises. Every class is a little bit different. There's often a physical movement component, of course, stretching, strengthening. There's often a breathing component, which helps with anxiety and a lot of other things that I'll talk about. And also, it's about feeling good, and it's about taking a moment out from your schedule. So I'm going to honor the fact that you have arranged your day, you have carved some time out of your schedule to meet us here today. And how this class plays out is up to you. I'm going to be your guide, not your boss. So I'm not going to be bossing you around. All I can do is guide you through some things. If you know different ways to make the moves that I suggest more comfortable for you or more challenging for you, then of course you're welcome to do that. It's a little bit different teaching these classes remotely because we don't have that instant feedback. Luckily we're doing it through Zoom as well, so we can see some people, but most of you are here on live stream on the Facebook pages for the Impossible Dream or the Woody Foundation or for Dharma Yoga Studio. So we have to honor that. And just remember, I'm going to be the guide, so you kind of go about it in your own way. I hope you can hear those seagulls because it's so nice. Another thing I want to point out is just the idea that you're in control. So as I guide you through these things, just do it in your own way so that you're giving your own unique expression to it. And then that way we'll all feel good when it's over and no one will have any regrets. We don't want to have the regret after class that we didn't try hard enough, and we don't want to have the regret after class that we went a little too far, because both of those things would be a bummer. So we don't want that to happen. So before I go any further and guide you through some breathing exercises to start, I want to send out some good wishes. We all hope that you're well, that you're safe, that your families are well and safe, that you are happy, that you're entertained, and that you're able to practice social distancing in a way that that's reasonable for you. We're all in the same storm here, riding through it, weathering it together, and there's a steep learning curve. We're all learning a lot together, and we're going to make the best of it. So one of the things that I want to, one of the themes that I want to bring up today about yoga in general is the idea that in the physical postures and in physical yoga, there is always a combination of opposites. There's always a balancing of complementary ideas, and this can be translated in many ways. Sometimes we say the idea, it's all expressed in the concept of the inhale and the exhale, and the concept of the rise and fall of the breath. That's just one example. There are many other ways that we can kind of draw out the dichotomies and the oppositions and the balances in life in general. But one of the things that's laid out in some pretty ancient books is the concept of effort and surrender, or of acceptance, dispassion, and intensity. So that's one of the things that's going to play out in class, and it's really relevant not just in the physical aspect, not just in the breathing exercises, but just in life in general. Because we already know that we can't just muscle into everything, and we already know that we can't just soften and be passive about everything. There's often a combination. So one of the things that we're going to do at the very start of class is bring that theme into play with our breathing exercises. So I'm going to ask you today to take your right hand on your abdomen and your left hand over the chest. So we often start the class by focusing on the breath, and we're going to start moving to its rhythm, of course. So it really makes sense to notice the pattern of your breath at the start so that we can make a baseline reading. So when we just lay the hands on the torso, we are searching for some kind of physical feedback. Notice where you feel your body moving as you breathe. Do you feel it in the abdomen? Do you feel it in the chest? Spread out your fingers so that you're covering as much territory as possible, so that you're more likely to really notice how and where your body moves to receive the breath. To notice the rhythm of your own breath, the pattern of it. And we're not really changing the breath right now. We're just feeling for it. And you're breathing. So if you can't feel it, change your hand position a little bit. And one of the issues with this kind of observing of the breath is that the mind wanders away from the assignment quite easily. So for that reason, I'm going to suggest a certain breath technique to make the breath more audible and to make it easier to follow. And that is, we're going to breathe in through the nose, and we're going to breathe out through the mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Now that technique of breath rarefies it enough. We're surrounded by dolphins, by the way. So you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and that technique of breathing rarefies it enough to make it different enough so that hopefully it's easier to remember that you've got a task, an assignment. So the suggestion I've made about taking the hands onto the torso to feel the breath, and the suggestion I've made about rarefying the breath seems simple enough. However, when it's quiet, chances are you've forgotten the assignment already because the mind is wandering. Of course, normal. So to make it easier to follow, we'll add something else. Take the hands onto your own thighs, and we're going to start to add movement of the arms to this. So same kind of focusing on the breath. As you inhale, just stretch your arms out, kind of at a diagonal with the fingers aimed toward the floor in front of you. And then exhale, bring the arms back. Okay, simple. With the breath, inhale, stretch the arms out, maybe a little higher this time. And exhale, bring the arms down. So keep on doing that. Just go with your breath's rhythm. So as I count the breath, or as I say inhale or exhale, just remember, it's just what I'm saying. What's more important is what your breath needs, what you need. So you go at your own breath's pace. And when you straighten the arms, try to straighten them as much as you can. So now we're moving to the breath rhythm, so we're focused on the respiration. We're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth to keep us focused on the breath. And we're adding movement. And now I'm going to add a little counting, okay? So it's just an idea, the way that I'm going to count, just to kind of keep us on track. And as I count, remember, if you feel short of breath at all, or if my count doesn't match yours, or if you feel any way uncomfortable, go back to the normal breathing, okay? So let's do this. Exhale completely, and then we're going to start to stretch the arms out in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same count to release the arms back to your lap. 2, 3, 4. Okay, keep on doing that. And if you can, stretch the arms out. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on going. Inhale, stretch your arms out. 2, 3, 4. And exhale, bring them down. 2, 3, 4. If you can lift them higher, go ahead, little by little. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. We'll do several more. Keep the breath audible, especially the exhale. And exhale, bring them down. 2, 3, 4. And again, inhale. 2. Notice if your mind wanders away from the assignment. Exhale, bring the arms down. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Inhale, maybe the arms go higher. 2, 3, 4. And exhale, bring them down. 2, 3, 4. And inhale, maybe a little higher. 3, 4. And exhale, bring them down. 2, 3, 4. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. 2. Lift the arms up. 4. And exhale, bring them down. 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, reach forward and up with the arms. 3, 4. And exhale, bring them down. 2, 3, 4. Now keep the breath steady. Go back to that initial position with the hands. So left hand on the heart, right hand on the abdomen. And keep that count of the breath. 4 on the inhale. And 4 counts to the exhale. Exhale is audible. And as you do that, I want to tell you a little bit more about this idea of action and surrender, or going back to the idea of balancing out the opposites. So where we have our right hand now, it's on our center, like on our, let's say on the abdomen. And this area of the body is associated with our willpower, with our core strength, with our perseverance, our tenacity. Keep that count to the breath. And I want to point out what you already know about where your left hand is. Your left hand is on the heart center, which is associated with tenderness, forgiveness, patience, tolerance, and of course love and affection, right? So these 2 energetic centers are are associated with strength and surrender. We can put it like that. And it's just another idea of this way that we want to balance our activities. Right? So let's keep on going with this idea of breathing smoothly. Right? So we're going to let the arms come down to our sides now. Shake out your hands, shake out your arms a little bit. And we're going to do something similar to what we just did, but this time we're going to have the arms out to the sides. So start with the arms out at a diagonal and really put some action in the arms. Like really engage the muscles in the arms. And let's contrast that engagement, that action, with a little surrender. Now just relax the arms at your sides. Okay, quite different energetically. So try that again. Really put some energy in the arms. So you're contracting isometrically all the muscles. And then exhale, relax the arms. So now let's put some action in the arms, and we're going to keep them like that. Fingers are squeezing together. The muscles in the forearms, the upper arms, the shoulders, the chest, the upper back are engaged. Same kind of thing we just did before, to the count of 4 on the inhale, the count of 4 on the exhale, but with your arms out to the sides, okay? So as you inhale, start to lift the arms up. 1, don't have to go that high at first. 2, 3, 4, and then bring the arms down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do that again. Lift them. 1, 2. Keep the arms really engaged as you lift. 4, and exhale. 2. Keep the arms engaged the whole time. And 4. And then go ahead, lift again. 1, 2. Keep the arms engaged. 3. Lift them a little higher if you can. And exhale, bring them down. 2, 3, 4. Now we'll do it a little differently. Same start. 1, 2, lifting the arms. Keep them engaged. 3, 4. Now soften them as you bring them down. 2, 3, 4. And do that again. Tighten the arms. Lift them. 1. Inhale through the nose. 2. Maybe a little higher. 3, 4. And soften them as they come down in your own way. 3, 4. A few more times. Inhale, tighten the arms, lift them up, keep them engaged. Lift them a little higher if you can. And exhale, soften. 2, 3, 4. And again, tighten the arms. 1, lift them. 2, stretch them long as they lift. 4, soften them and control the descent. 3, 4. And again, 3 times more. Inhale, maybe they go a little higher. 2, 3, stretch your sides long and soften the arms. 1, on the exhale. 2, 3, 4. Twice more. Tighten the arms as you lift, breathing in through the nose. 3, 4. Reach high, soften as you breathe out through the mouth. 3, 4. Once more, tighten the arms, really lift. 3, 4, soften them. 2, 3, 4. Let's just do one more. Tighten them. 1, 2. Really reach high. 4, and then soften the arms, breathing out through the mouth. 3, 4. Okay, let's just relax the arms in our lap, however they're comfortable. Okay, we're going to keep on going with that idea. And it's important to establish a count of the breath. Not that it has to be exactly as I'm counting, but just to kind of get in the habit of evening out the breath. And also this style of breathing, focusing on the breath itself, even in this very simple way that I'm suggesting, is a technique to keep the mind focused on something other than whatever might be provoking anxiety in your life. Isn't that nice? So this is about you. This is about the water. This is about finding the joy in movement. So let's do now the movement of the head and neck, okay? So your arms go just like you want them to go, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going to do that same count, right? So start with your head down. So we're starting with the chin toward the chest. And we're going to take a count of 4 to lift the head up. So go slowly. As you breathe in through the nose, start to lift your head. 1, 2, turning the face toward the sky. 3, 4, and bring the head down. 2, chin toward the chest, 4. And again, inhale, lift the head, 2, no straining, 3, looking up toward the sky, and exhale, do the opposite, bring the chin down, 3, 4. So keep the breath audible, breathe in through the nose, 2, 3, 4, lifting the head and out through the mouth audibly, 2, 3, 4. And again, inhale, lifting the head, 2, go slowly, 4, chin comes down toward the chest, breathe out through the mouth, 3, 4. Let's do 2 more. Inhale through the nose, lifting the face toward the sky, 3, 4. Breathe out through the mouth, bringing the chin down toward the chest again, 3, 4. And then once more, lifting the head, 2, face toward the sky, 4, and bring the head down, chin toward the chest, 3, 4. Let's keep on going, but we're going to add a little bit of the chest. So the next time you lift your head up, we're going to broaden the collarbones and bring the chest forward. And then from there, the next time you bring your head down, you're going to bring the chest back, hollowing out the chest, rounding the back a little bit. So let's start. Inhale, lift the head, bring the chest forward. 3, squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. And then 4, on the way out. 2, round the back. 3, 4. Let's keep going, but let's lengthen to a count of 6. 2, lifting the head, shoulders draw back. 5, 6, and then exhale, so we straighten up, and then we start to lean and cave the chest in. 5, 6, chin toward the chest. Keep going. Inhale, so we're arching the back. 3, moving the waistline forward. 5, 6, and then opposite, through the mouth, we exhale. 3, 4, we round the back. 5, 6, and then again, inhale, so we're arching. 2, 3, waistline is coming forward. 5, 6, and then neutralize. 3, chin toward the chest. 4, belly button in. 5, 6. Let's keep on going. Inhale, so get as much of an arch as you comfortably can. 4, 5, 6, and then start to round the back. 2, chin comes toward the chest. 4, belly button moves in. 5, 6, keep on going. Inhale, start to arch. 2, waistline coming forward. 3, 4, shoulders back. 5, head lifts. 6, start to coil back. 3, 4, belly button in, round the back, chin toward the chest. 5, 6, and again, inhale, waistline forward. 3, 4, arching the back, looking up toward the sky, and then slowly round the back. 3, chin toward the chest. 4, 5, 6. Just do that once more. On the inhale, you find yourself arching the back, waistline forward, collarbones broad. And then you start to reverse on the exhale, belly button in, waistline back, chest caves in, chin toward the chest. 5, 6. Let's come back into neutral and sit up nice and tall. And then just count your own breath for a few rounds. You inhale through the nose and you exhale through the mouth. So we're going to keep on going with that idea of moving with the breath. We're going to involve the arms a little bit now. So remember, we want to figure out, as we do this, we want to figure out where we can activate the body, where we can use muscle. And we also want to figure out where we can soften. So we keep on going with that idea of effort and surrender. We keep going with that idea of trying to balance out those complementary actions, okay? So and it's up to you. You probably know, of course, where you have a tendency to tense up. Some people tense up the jaw, some people tense up the face, some people tense up the neck and shoulders, and especially if you're pushing a lot in your chair, of course, the tendency is for you to have a lot of tension in the upper body, the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. So pay attention. You pay attention to those areas and figure out where you can keep your body tight and active and where you can soften, because it's your personal assignment, right? So for this one, we're going to have the arms out to the side. So we're going to have them parallel to the ground. If that's not comfortable, you have the hands down a little lower, okay? And we're going to bend the arms, and we're going to keep them bent so that they're at like a 90-degree angle, pretty much. Sometimes you might have to look, right, to see how they are, right? So let's go through that idea again of like having the arms really strong and active, so you're making those muscles. You're using the chest, you're using the upper back, and then having the arms like, relaxed and soft. So we want to keep them active here, okay? So we're going to go with the breath. So move your shoulders, your elbows. Move your elbows back a little bit so you feel like you're stretching open the chest, okay? And as you move the elbows back, visualize your shoulder blades coming toward each other. Okay, so this is going to be about the upper body, but let's complement the action of the upper body by rooting down with the lower body, right? So we want to always be aware of those complementary actions. Feet are rooting down, solid. Calves, thighs, hips in place. So let's go with the breath. Inhale, move the elbows back so you're stretching open the chest. Let's go to a count of 4. And then exhale to the count of 4, bringing the arms toward each other in front of you. Exhale through the mouth. 2, 3. Bring them close as you can. And then inhale, open the arms. 1, 2. Feel it in the shoulder blades. 3. Open the chest. 4. And then close the arms. 1, trying to keep them as parallel as they'll stay. 2, 3, 4. And again, inhale, open the arms. 2, 3, 4. And exhale, bring them toward each other. 2, 3, 4. Let's go to count of 6. Open the arms. 2, 3. You can even add the arch in the upper back. 5, so your chest is coming forward. 6, and then start the reverse. 1, 2, you can even round the upper back. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then open. 1, nice deep breath. Slow it down so you can make it last to the count of 6, 5, 6, and then close them. 2, round the upper back. 3, 4, shoulder blades pulling away from the spine. 6, and again, open. 1, 2, deep breath. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then close. 1, 2, 3. Do your best to keep your arms parallel. 5, 6, and then open. 1, 2, 3. Broaden the collarbones. 5, 6, and then close them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the elbows and the hands toward each other. 6, and then last one. Inhale. Keep the arms active. Soften where you can. 4, 5, 6, and then reverse. 1. Slow exhale through the mouth. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then bring your arms into neutral. Let them relax at your sides. Put your arms in the most comfortable position, and then just take a few deep breaths. When we meet in person and we do these classes at the studio, as we have been for several years, we often say close the eyes, draw the focus in. But with this beautiful view, and with the possibility of seagulls and dolphins visiting us, why not open your eyes and look at this? So let's go with little gentle rolls of the head. Okay, so we're going to do, I see Winter, beautiful dog. So what we're going to do is we're going to let the head go to one side. We're going to bring it forward. We're going to bring it down and to the other side. So I'm just showing you. So it's going to be a slow movement. Okay. So start with your head Start with your head down, so your chin is at your chest, okay? And we're gonna take 4 counts to go to the right, and then 4 counts to go to the left, okay? So actually, to make more sense, let's have the chin at the left side, okay? So, as you bring your chin to your left side, if you keep both shoulders down, if you root the both shoulders down, you'll notice you have a stretch on the right side of the neck. So try to keep both shoulders drawn down. Let's take a nice deep breath with the chin near the left shoulder. And then exhale, bring the head all the way down. 2, 3, bring it to the right. 4, and then other way. Exhale, bring the chin down and to the left. 3, 4, and then again to the other side. Drop the head. 2, 3, bring it to the right. 4, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to 5. 1, bring it to the right slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take it to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again to the right. 1, slowly bringing it forward. 4, 5, and then to the left. 1, slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it to the count of 6. 1, bring the head down slowly. 2, 3, over to the right. 4, 5, 6, and then to the left slowly. 1, 2, keep the shoulders drawn back and down. 4, 5, 6, and then again to the right. 1, bring it slowly down. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then to the left slowly. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then once more to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now keep your head there to the left. Take a few deep breaths and notice that as you do that, as you breathe deeply, the sensations of stretch might change. The right shoulder stays drawn down. And if you want to intensify gently, pick up your left hand and put it on your head. So it's either on the right side of your head, a little bit close to the right ear. And you can even press with the other hand too. So the idea is we're just going to add the weight of the hand. We're not yanking down hard or anything on it. But take a few deep breaths. So you're inhaling through the nose. And you're exhaling through the mouth. Two more nice deep breaths like that, in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Last one, try to sit up nice and tall. Keep that right shoulder drawn down. And then last exhale through the mouth. If you have your hand on your head, bring it down. Bring your head down toward the center. Go really slowly here. So you're bringing your chin down toward the center of the chest. And then keep on going with your head until you roll it over to the other side. So you're kind of bringing your right ear toward your right shoulder. You're going to get more of a stretch if you draw the left shoulder down. It'll stretch the left side of the neck a little more. Take a few deep breaths there. Feel ready, feel free to fine-tune the position, either ear toward the shoulder or chin toward the collarbone, whatever you got. And then if you want to add a little more weight, a little more intensity, you take your right hand or you take one of your hands, you just add the weight of your hand to the head. No forcing. Deep breaths. And even here, notice where you can make the effort, where you can soften. So it's all about balancing out, not just balancing out the breath, not just balancing out the inhale and the exhale, but balancing out that idea of effort and surrender. Take another nice deep round of breath. And another nice slow exhale. So we're going to release the hand if it was on there. And you're going to bring your head back down, around toward the front. And then in your own way, you're going to lift your head up. So now you're in neutral again. So now that you're in that starting position, just take a few deep breaths. Notice how you feel. So when we turn to nature, when we turn to the sound of the water, the texture and temperature of the water, the waves held within it, this beautiful scenery of the sun refracting on the water surface, the breeze, the sunlight, the feeling of the salty air, even the smell of the water has a very calming effect. So hopefully you can feel that. We're going to go with the idea of moving around and trying to stay upright. And this is something we get very much in touch with when we're on a boat. Okay, so now we're going to first take the hands onto the legs or onto the chair, anywhere, and we're going to use the arms just enough to kind of keep ourselves upright. So go at your own, keep on breathing normally, right? Just regular breath, but try to stay aware of the breath and just kind of find your own way to lean forward, to lean back, to lean right, and to lean left, with the idea that you're just staying upright. So you're letting your arms, for this first variation, you're letting your arms help you. So use them in your own intelligent way, so that as you lean forward and lean back, and as you go from side to side, we're maintaining that idea of what neutral is, what it is to be upright. And then keep on doing this. Start to make circles, more noticeable circles. So you're using your rib cage, you're using the core muscles of the body, you're using the back muscles, and you're using arms. So keep steady in the lower body. Remember, it's from that rooted steadiness that we're able to move freely. Now, whatever direction you're going in, go switch the other direction, whatever your personal opposite is. So this is something that we quite naturally do when we're floating. Now go back to the original direction you were going, but use your arms less and less. So you're using your fingers less. And if you feel steady enough, you can even float your arms out in front of you. Now the farther away your arms go from your torso, in whatever direction, the sensation will change. Do it in your own way. So here you're figuring out, how do you soften, how do you activate, and it's highly personal. Of course, you're doing it in your own way. And then go the opposite direction with that same idea. You're stretching your arms out, you're moving your arms in a way that helps you. And if you want to keep switching directions, you do that. Let your breath be deep though. And then, whatever direction you're going, make the circles a little bit narrower now, a little bit smaller, a little bit tinier. Use your arms the least amount possible, the least amount necessary. And then again, switch directions, making the circles smaller, narrower. So you keep calling on your core, on that notion, on that concept of trying to get upright, trying to stand up for yourself. And then eventually we're going to come to stillness, and that stillness is really a combination of all those little moves that we just made. Right? So it has to do with your wisdom of experience. Right? So we're going to keep on going with this idea of moving the body and coming back into neutral. Right? But we're going to make it about the breath again, of course, and we're going to make it about moving to its rhythm. So it's going to involve a little more core strength. So remember what I reminded you of earlier, that the abdomen is associated with our willpower, with our personal directives, with our ability to take on a task and complete it. It's really associated with the essence of our personality. And the heart is associated with all those things, stereotypes or archetypes that we discussed earlier, all those virtues like patience and tolerance, and it's associated with tenderness and softness. So, if we're going to resort to kind of like binary association, we could say that one is more masculine and one is more feminine. But, we don't have to go overboard here, because we all know that the best parents have a well-rounded nature. So it's not about being masculine or feminine. If we're talking about mother energy and father energy, we know that mothers have father energy and need strength and all those things associated with this, with our core willpower and strength and tenacity. And we know that fathers also, and that that father energy has a lot of softness and tenderness as well. So just to kind of like throw out that idea of whatever group of compliments works for you, just let it work for you, with the idea that it's all about balance. So we're going to take the left hand to the heart center again, the right hand to the abdomen. Okay, we sit up nice and tall. And this is going to be about the twist. And since we already acknowledged, in our earlier breath study when we were holding the hands on the torso, we acknowledged that the inhale is an expansion, and you can feel that the exhale is a contraction. So we're going to use that contraction of the exhale to twist. Okay, so take a deep breath in, neutral, facing forward. And as you exhale, twist your body in one direction, your upper body, just whatever direction you choose. And then on the inhale, you return to the center, facing forward. And on the exhale, you twist the other way. So we balance it out. Inhale to the center, and exhale, twist. Really open up the lungs. As you inhale, you come back to center, spread open laterally, and then exhale, twist. So the lower body remains stationary. Inhale, remain steady and grounded, and exhale, twist. Inhale, return to center, open up, soften, and then exhale, twist. And even as you contract in the exhale, figure out where you can soften. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Now let's keep on going, but let's use the arms to help us. On your next exhale, use your hands somewhere, anywhere to help you twist. Inhale, come back to the center, hands like in neutral. Exhale, twist the other way. Let your arms, your hands help to steady and turn you. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist. Let's make one more switch. Inhale back to the center. And exhale, twist. Now inhale back to the center. The next one we're going to hold. Exhale, twist, and stay there. So make use of your arms. Hold your upper body in that position. And take some deep breaths. Now it's natural on an exhale to feel that the breath might be a little constricted. Because think about what we're doing to the rib cage. We're kind of compressing it a little bit. So now I'm going to ask you to bring your focus to the back of the rib cage. And really to the back of the lungs, right? Take a deep breath in, lift your chest, arching a little bit. And then exhale, round your back, chin toward the chest. So even if the movement is slight, keep going with it. Inhale, lift the chest, arching the upper back. And exhale, rounding. Let's do that twice more each way. Inhale, lift the heart. So you're arching, opening up the collarbones. And exhale, rounding. And then last one, like that, with the movement. Inhale, arching, lifting the heart. Exhale, rounding. Now we're going to hold each one for a few breaths. So inhale, keep the twist, arch, lift the heart, and hold it there for a few breaths. So wherever you feel it, try to soften there. Try to open three-dimensionally with every inhale. Take another deep breath. Now we're going to hold the rounding of the exhale. Exhale, round the back. Stay here for a moment. Direct the stretch into wherever you might feel the tightness. So that means that you have to keep scanning your body for those tight spots. Make 2 more rounds of breath here. And then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly rise up into neutral. We're going to bring ourselves back to face forward. Pause here for a moment. And then, of course, we're going to do the same things to the other side. So now the hands are going to go to the opposite side. It was my left, but you do your own personal opposite. Don't let me micromanage you. Okay, so hold it here for a moment. So right now, we're trying to get that upright sensation. Scan your body for tension. Relax where you can. Shoulder blades draw down. And now, bring the breath into the back of the body, into the back of the lungs and back of the ribs. And we're going to go with the breath. So as you inhale, you lift your heart, arch into the upper back a little bit. And then as you exhale, you round your back, belly button in. Try to open up the back of the lungs. And then inhale, we lift the heart. We arch, we look up. And exhale, we round the back. We look down. Do that a few times more, moving with the breath. So you're holding your upper body in that twist. And just see all the little intricate changes you might be able to make so that the breathing exercises become personalized for you. Round the back. And then the next time we lift the chest, we're going to stay there for a few breaths. So broaden the collarbones. Lift the face toward the sky. Shoulders draw back. Take one more breath like that. And then complement it by rounding the back, moving the belly button back, opening up the back of the lungs. Shoulder blades slide away from each other. And then stay there in that twist and in that curl for a few breaths. And then you slowly, slowly lift your torso. And we come back into neutral. Okay, so it's time for a little bit of a side stretch, isn't it? Okay, let's stretch open our left side. So we're gonna hold on with the right hand to the side of your chair, the wheel of your chair, whatever you got. And let's take the left arm and let's stretch it out to the side. Okay, now we're gonna have some options with this left arm. Either it can be out to the side or it can be lifted up alongside your ear, or maybe even bend the arm and put the hand behind your head. And if you put the hand behind your head, press the head into the hand to stretch open the left side of the neck, the left side of the chest, I mean. So you press the head back, so that really what we're doing now is we're engaging those muscles that line the spine, that line the back of the neck, okay? So keep pressing your head back, and we're gonna lean the upper body to the right to bow open the left side. So gently keep pressing your left hand into the head And complement that by pressing your head into the hand behind it. Stay here for a few breaths. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't change the position of your head. You can turn your face to aim down if that's more comfortable for you. But wherever your head is touching the hand, press it back into it. Now we're going to keep the hand behind the head, and we're going to kind of go through this arching and rounding idea that we've been through for some of the other exercises we've done today so far. So we're going to go with the breath. So to the count of 4, lift your head and press your head back and lift that elbow. 1, deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, round. 2, 3, bring your elbow down as much as you can. And then inhale again. 2, slowly. 3, 4, press the head back. Exhale through the mouth slowly. 2, 3, 4. Let's do the count of 5. Inhale slowly. 2, 3. Press the head back. 4, 5. And then round. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then once more. Inhale. Start to slowly lift. 2, 3, 4. Press the head back. Lift the elbow. 5. And then exhale. Round. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's do that again. Let's hold it on the high point. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now stay there for a few breaths. Figure out how you can change it, how you can micro move in a way that feels good for you. Take your last deep breath here, and then we'll start to round and curl. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now stay there for the next few breaths, and you might even be able to curl a little bit more. You might even be able to bring that right elbow down, left elbow down towards your opposite hand. And then slowly start to lift. And then once you come into that upright position, let's do the same thing to the other side. That left arm comes down. We pause in neutral. And then we're going to take the left hand, hold on to whatever you got. Side of the chair, wheel of the chair. Bring your right arm out to the right. Start lifting up the right arm. Maybe the hand goes behind the head. Press the head back, okay? All right. And then start to lean to the left. And maybe lean isn't the best word. Maybe it should be more like bow over to the left, because we're opening up those right ribs. And as you do that, feel the right ribs stretching apart in a friendly way. So we're compressing one side, expanding the other. And then let's go with the breath to the count of 4. Lift up the chest, pressing the head back. 3, 4, and then round. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again open up. 2, pressing the head back. 3, 4, complement that by closing, exhaling through the mouth. 3, 4. Let's go to a count of 5. 1, slowly opening. 2, 3, expanding. 4, 5, and exhale to the count of 5. 2, rounding. 3, 4, 5, and again inhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll hold the next one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay there for a few breaths. Fine tune it so it works for you. Notice your tight spots. Notice how the sensation there might change as you inhale and as you exhale. Take one more breath here. And then slowly, slowly start to round. 3, 4, 5, and then stay here for the next few breaths. So you can make those tiny little shifts, those tiny little changes. Make your last exhale and then slowly, slowly come back to neutral. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's make a few shoulder circles. So one shoulder back, the other shoulder back. So just do that to the pace of your own breath. And of course, we're moving the rib cage a little bit as we do this, moving the chest. And whatever direction you're going, let's balance that out by doing the opposite direction. One shoulder can go higher, other one dropping down. So balance it out in any way you like. And then eventually we're going to come all the way back into a neutral position. And here we are. Let's take both hands to the heart this time. So it's true that all of life is a combination of effort and surrender. We can point out lots of different dualities, different ways to draw complements and balance things out in our daily activities. But when we end this class, or when we seal this chair yoga class, this wheelchair yoga class, we always like to end it on a positive note. So we focus on the heart center and those things associated with the heart, like tenderness and compassion and tolerance. Because in this world we see a lot of muscle, we see a lot of might, we see a lot of will being forced around. And the idea of adding some softness and some tenderness, some patience, never gets old. So to seal the class, we always do it actually with the exercise of gratitude. So with your hands on your heart, let's acknowledge that the heart is also associated with gratitude. So now's the time to acknowledge someone or something you're grateful for. And there's so many things to be grateful for. Just pick one. So many things or so many people. And we're going to just move to the rhythm of the breath, but keep the mind focused on that person or that thing that you're grateful for. So release the hands from where they were. Inhale, reach up as if you're gathering the gratitude. And as you exhale, bring it to the heart. Okay, just keep on doing that. So this is something you do in your own way. It doesn't have to look like anybody else. So keep your mind focused on that sense of gratitude. And the next time you bring your hands to the heart, just keep them there for a moment. And this is the part of the class where we really, really miss all of our friends that are normally here with us. Because this is the part in the class where everyone gets to share out loud if they want. And they say aloud what they're grateful for, or for whom they're grateful. So this is where we really feel, and it's really obvious to us that we're in a strange time. We're normally surrounded by friends. When we do this class at Dharma Yoga Studio, we're surrounded by our friends in chairs. When we do these classes on the boat, we're normally surrounded by our friends in chairs. When we do these classes with our friends from the Woody Foundation, from the Dana and Christopher Reeve Foundation, from the Alan T. Brown Foundation, our friends from the Sabrina Cohen Foundation, all of our friends. Maybe I don't have time to mention them all, there's so many, but we get to hear out loud what you're grateful for, and it's so moving. And it's not that exciting just to have me say it, but I'll say it anyway, and that is, I'm grateful that you all came to class today. Thank you for coming back. I hope that you are enjoying these classes. We all hope that you're enjoying these classes. So we're making them available simultaneously on the Facebook pages of the Impossible Dream Catamaran, of the Woody Foundation, of Dharma Yoga Studio, and I understand that they're simulcasting them on some other pages, like are they? On the Dana and Christopher Reeve Foundation site, which is, the Woody Foundation, of course. So we're so glad. Please give us some feedback on the classes, on anything that you want us to do, anything you want us to include. We're totally open to feedback. We're always, ready to make changes and make shifts. So we, the idea. Yeah, and also, you can also watch them on YouTube, because The Impossible Dream has a YouTube channel, and you can subscribe and see them there, and they're uploaded there. So, so thank you so much, and we'd like to just once again say that we hope that you're all safe and sound. We hope that we can see you again in person one day and be together physically. But for now, it's cool to be able to do it like this and have even more of you. If you're interested in having the Impossible Dream come to your town, you got to be on the water. That's one thing. So contact them on their Facebook page and get in touch. They have ambassadors in a bunch of different cities. So when they come to your port, don't miss it, because your life will be changed. So let's end with a little view of the water, huh? Thank you so much, everybody. Namaste.
Thank you, Natalie. Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, Natalie.
Awesome.
You do. Parents for a few minutes.
What did you say? Oh. Yeah, I would have to fix some things on my forehead when I came in.
I'll find it.
Nice to see Melissa.
I love that.
Glad to finally see Rob.
Did you guys see the Dolphin? Oh yeah.